Head over to BoardGamePrices.com to find the best prices for Qwixx and thousands of other games. Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here, and today I'm joined by my wife,
Denise King.
And this is a series called Gamer Tested,
Spouse Approved,
where we take a look at games at different perspectives. One is a gamer enthusiast perspective of my own, but really the star of the show and most of this video is going to be about Denise. And because she is a casual gamer that doesn't play a whole lot of games, but there's some that she actually loves. So today we're going to be specifically talking about
Qwixx.
Qwixx. This is a fun dice rolling game. If you've ever played Yahtzee before, it's similar vein, but very different from that. So we're going to show you quickly in 1 minute how the game is played, what you're trying to do, and then we're going to find out specifically from Denise what she loves about the game. So take it away. We're going to go for a 1 minute overview. We'll see you on the other side. Qwixx is a roll and write style game where one player will be rolling all these dice, but all players will be able to utilize some of these dice and cross off certain things on their very own scoreboard. The more things that you're able to cross out, the more points you'll get of that color at the end of the game. And if you're able to get at least 5 and get a very hard number to get, you can lock that die and take it completely out of the game for others can't use it. But you also have to be careful, because if you cannot draw anything on your card, you'll get an X, which is worth minus points at the end of the game. Whoever has the most points at the end is the winner. Now, regardless of who rolled the dice, all players can cross off the sum of the 2 white dice if they want, but they're not forced to. But the player that rolled the dice also can take one of the colored dice and add it with any one of the white dice, like a green 9. Which is great because it's right next to the other one, and you can never place an X to the left of anywhere. Which means in a future round, if this was rolled, I could not take this 6 and put it here because I've already passed it. And those are some of the tough decisions that you deal with in this simple light dice game, Qwixx. So Denise, when you were a kid or anytime during your life, did you ever play the game Yahtzee?
Loved it.
You did? I did too. I used to play with my family all the time. It's great memories of my late mother playing Yahtzee. That was one of her favorite games of all time. I still have the original old one up at the cabin with the yellow papers. Well, they weren't really yellow, but it's so aged that they're kind of yellowed. So you liked Yahtzee? I
did. I played it with my family and my grandma a lot.
And so how would you say, does this feel anything like Yahtzee to you?
Very much. Very much. Has very fun dice. There are different colors, and has a board that takes place of the paper, and there's a strategy, but just like Yahtzee, it can be as complicated as you want to make it, or as simple as a young child wants to make it. So, I mean, you can play it with all ages, and it's just fun.
Yeah, I think you bring up a good point that it can be played very casually, hanging out, talking, chatting, moving around really quickly, but you could also play it at a more cerebral level where you're really doing a lot of thinking, and you can make it whatever you want, I think.
Right, it could be as challenging depending on the player or the people that you're playing with.
Right. Now with Yahtzee, you kind of have to know poker hands, like full house, flush. With this, you don't have to know any of those. So I would argue that this is as easy to learn as Yahtzee.
Oh, most definitely. Because, right, you're just playing with numbers from 2 to 12, frontwards and backwards. So I would say it's easier to play, but still with the same amount of strategy. Again, just depending on the players that you're playing with.
Do you think it had more going on than Yahtzee? Do you think there was more strategy than Yahtzee? Do you think about the same or less?
No, I don't think it had any more.
Yeah. Now, how did you feel about once you make an X, you can't go backwards? Do you think that was too restrictive, or do you think it was it was just really good the way that worked?
Well, being that I'm not the competitive gamer such as yourself and your buddies, so for myself, yes, sometimes I would be oh, because the following turn I might have said, oh shoot, I could have gone back and had marked that number, but being that I'm playing for fun, but yet you still are being competitive without being competitive with the person you're playing with. I mean, I'm non-competitive and I beat you.
Yeah, exactly. You just beat me. I think you've got a board right there.
So here's my board. And just to give you a visual, just like if this was your Yahtzee card, there's red, yellow, green, and blue, the same color as the dice. And the top two, the red and the yellow, go from 2 to 12. And the bottom, green and blue, go from 12 to 2. But like how you score Yahtzee, you can't get the 12s or the 2s until you've gotten 5 X's in that color.
Yeah. So it makes it harder to get those. But the cool thing is once you do lock those, it takes the die completely out of the game. And it sort of like makes the game more tense, and you're trying to rush to get that. So there's sort of this push your luck, sort of like you're trying to race to get as many X's as you can a certain color. You're trying to maybe focus on a color. So there is some strategy there, even though it looks very simple.
Right. And I'm not looking at your card, which I'm sure most players are probably looking at each other's cards. So like just looking at the green, I went all the way down here and I missed 12, 11, and 10 because I didn't roll that. So I marked the 9, but I still got 5 X's in the green. So therefore I got the bonus, which gave me extra points, which I think is what allowed me to beat you. So
another cool thing is I haven't seen you teach too many games. Some games you'll teach if you know them really well. This is one of the games where we had a sort of a beginner game night where we went to a friend's house. We had all new people that had not played games, and this was one of the games we taught everybody. And by the end of the night, you were teaching everybody this game. And that's kind of weird for you to be teaching a game. So what do you make of all that?
Well, because you can catch on quick, and because I do believe the party that we attended, there was gamers and people such as myself that are more casual gamers, and because it is relatable and quick to learn, that the people that were being taught, they were enjoying it so much, and then other people were coming around the table and they were like, they wanted to learn, so the group got bigger. I think it started with 3 or 4. I'm not sure how many you have to play initially, but it grew from like 3 or 4 to like 10 of us or something. I mean, the max amount of which the game allows. And we all caught on and we all had a really great time. And again, it was with both gamers and non-gamers.
Yeah. And the cool thing about this is I'll show you in the outro, there's actually 2 different versions. The back side of this board has an advanced version, which is harder, which is cool because then gamers like myself can play the hard side and the non-gamers can play the easy side, and it's sort of balanced, and it's actually still very hard for a gamer to win. And I think that's really cool that you can sort of balance it that way with the deluxe version as well. So any last notes? What do you think, is this one of your favorite dice games, you'd say?
I don't know about favorite, but I am going home to see my 95-year-old grandma October 1st. And because I grew up as a small child playing Yahtzee with her, I think I will be taking this home to play with her. And even though there's a 50-year age difference between us, I think we'll just have just as much fun. And it's a game that can connect us and allow her to have a good time as well.
There you have Qwixx. All right, well now you know why Denise loves this game, Qwixx. And so let's talk a little bit about, there's actually 2 different versions out. The one you may see in the store more readily available is just the normal Qwixx. It's small like this and it plays 2 to 5 players, and there's little sheets that you actually draw on with pencils or pens. And there's, you know, they're just regular paper sheets. The deluxe version is huge, as you can see, and it comes with these dry erase boards that are actually double-sided, dry erase pens. You can play up to 8 players with this one. The dice are bigger, the boards are a lot bigger, and it's double-sided, and there's actually an advanced variant. Because what I like to do is play the advanced side with new players playing the beginner side, and it balances things out. So you can get either of these at different stores around. You can check them out. I've already got a full review of this, so if you want to see a little bit more about how the game's played and different things that can happen, I'll put that link in the description below. Now, without further ado, we're going to get out of here. This has been the Game Boy Geek and
Denise King.
And this has been Gamer Tested,
Spouse Approved.
We'll see you next time.
I think I need some water. These light bulbs are drying out my vocal cords.
They're not even hot though. Look, if you touch them, they're not even, I mean.
I'm hot.
Well, because the house is hot. Because we live in Arizona. It's 106 out still.
Hey, we should point out my fancy necklace.
Yeah, look at our necklace. It's a camera. How cool.
I know, I got it for you.
It's really cool.
Pretty soon, this is going to be an antique and people won't know what that means.
With a camera?
Yeah. You need to look at it too?
I needed to double check the amount of the player count because this one, the normal game is 2 to 5 players. This one is 2 to 8 players. So.
Oh, so we should do both. They can come in a car travel version?
Well, that's what I was going to talk about at the end.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll mention all that at the end. So today, we're going to be taking a look at... What's it called?
Qwixx! Get quickin'.
Qwixx. Next time you got to be a little Qwixxer.
Oh.
Bring this arm
in. Oh, now I have to bring this arm in?
No. What are you laughing at? We're going to be taking a look at...
Qwixx!
I screwed up. Oh,
why? That was perfect. How did you screw up?
I just forgot what to say. I don't know why.
Couldn't you hit pause and then think about it and then continue forward?
It doesn't work that way. Don't forget to head on over to BoardGamePrices.com to find the best prices for Qwixx and Qwixx Deluxe and thousands of other board games.